Extraterrestrial is what I would call an alien exploitation film. It's low budget, it's over the top, the characters are outrageous, and it's got a nice, just enjoyable cynicism towards human life. It's fantastic. And it's not a great film by any means, but I had a lot of fun watching it. It plays with a lot of goofy horror tropes, especially like alien abduction horror tropes, and just presents them in this hyper realistic, not hyper realistic, but hyper stylized way that just makes it this weird ride where you're watching these characters deal with this crazy shit, and how horrible it ends up for everyone. But you kind of love it because none of the characters are particularly lovable except for Michael Ironside's character, who plays this pot dealing gun nut Vietnam veteran that fights aliens, and you know, like the second he shows up in the film, you're like, yeah, he's gonna die. And you just sort of expect it the whole film. And he doesn't die in a shitty manner. He goes out in like a fun, spooky sequence with an alien. And the aliens in this movie are long, tall, hairless, featureless, typical gray aliens. And man, the CGI on them is, it's pretty rough. But there's some good stuff here. Like that, just like that silhouette is enough to be kind of scary, kind of like in, you know, Signs. But here it's played in more of like an elbow nudging. It's like, ah, yeah, look at that alien, it's gonna kill that dude kind of way, and you just sort of expect all the characters to get killed in spectacular ways, and they do. At one point, the most irritating character in the film, he's not that bad, but he is getting sucked into the alien ship, and he doesn't want to go, and he's got some handcuffs because he just ran away from a cop car, and he handcuffs himself to a tree while the alien ship is like sucking him into the air, and he goes whoop and disappears, and his hand and like forearm are like stuck on the tree hanging from the handcuffs, and it's just fucking awesome, you know. And he shows up later on in the alien hive thingy, and he's like missing an arm, and he literally gets probulated live on camera, and it's spectacular. It's just so cheap with like human life, this film, but it's not done in like a maudlin way or anything, you know. This is total fantasy, and the film knows it, and plays on the expectations you have for horror movie characters, and the way they go through an experience like this. I'll just go ahead and tell you now that the main characters die in the end, and they don't get killed by the aliens. They get killed by the government, of course, because the aliens and the government, as told us by Michael Ironside, have a treaty where the aliens can go around and fuck with people all they want, and they let the governments of Earth run the planet as they see fit. And the main character, I forget her name, but she looks a little bit like Stephanie Yostin from Metal Gear Solid 5. She attacks one of the aliens early on in the film, shoots him with a shotgun, and that breaks the treaty. So they're like going after her, you know. And it's just it's a more blatant take on the alien government conspiracy theory thing than you see in a lot of other abduction films, and I found that refreshing. And at the end, there's even a great little X-Files homage. Really cynical look at humanity in the greater context of the universe. But it's fun.